Oh my God, I'm 1,000%
Oh
sure.
no, man. I mean, if you go play sports and everything, you competing. So I mean, you're brought up into
Okay, let's go play
competition.
sports. How many people cheat in sport? How many men cheat in sports? How
I
many
mean,
how many
you
times you
cheat a
seen
little
men
bit.
cheat in sports?
You cheat a little bit, you know.
That's cheating. Cheating is cheating.
Yeah,
So
you
if
cheat
they
a little
love
bit.
competition so much, they wouldn't cheat. And men cheat more than anybody when it comes to sports, even more than women, right? Men get called for doping more than women per capita. Men cheat more than women, no doubt about it, right?
Yeah,
There,
I
where's
mean,
all the
yeah.
women out here betting on gambling, betting on their own teams and shit to win? Where is that happening at? It's not, right? So let's be real. Men we hate competition so much to the point that we create systems of oppression so that we won't have to compete with one another, with women, with whoever. That's what
No,
we do. White men set it up so
no,
white
man.
men
Because
have.
I competed all my life in sports and everything. And, you know, as you know, I
Don't
competed all my life.
personalize it, Joseph. It's not an attack on you personally. You can be competitive, but most men aren't. I can be competitive, but most men aren't. Most men don't like competition. They're afraid of it. When you have belief in yourself and you're doing the work, you don't mind competition. When you're not doing the work and you don't believe in yourself, you're definitely afraid of competition. And sadly, most men aren't doing the work, so most men fear competition. That's just the that's just the truth, and it sucks, but it is what it is, right? So men have built racism, which is all about stealing the labor of black people and non-white people. Men have built the system of patriarchy, which is all about stealing the labor of everybody that isn't. I mean, everybody in the system gets great by the patriarchy. Doesn't matter. They all work off of each other. Even white people suffer from racism, but not as much. But the whole purpose of the patriarchy is to steal the labor specifically from women, right? And then and feminine presenting people.
Well,
To
to
be
keep the
honest,
power in the man,
so what?
keep power in the man's hand.
Yeah, to keep power in a certain group of men's hands. Yeah, and capitalism is all about hoarding resources and
Hmm.
create a hierarchical structure where the wealthy remain wealthy forever and ever and ever, and the poor remain poor. And they could like that's what it. So all of these systems are built on the fact that men don't like competition, right? We built an atomic bomb. We don't like competition. We like there's so much proof on massive scales that men are not competitive. We fear
Hmm.
competition.
Do,
We
do
fear
you
it.
do you think it's harder on the young man though, because
I do.
this economy is terrible for a young man.
You mean I'm sorry. Go ask the question again. Do
Do
I
you
think
think
it's
it's
harder
harder on a young man
in this economy
in this economy?
versus women
Not versus women. I'm talking about
historically?
historically in
Yeah,
this
it's harder
economy.
right now. Oh yeah, I definitely think it's harder right now.
Okay. So
Yeah,
do you think that can lead to a young man not trying as hard?
yeah, but once again, why are men shutting down but not women? Because it's historic. It's just as hard for women.
Hmm.
See what I'm saying? So that would, but they are connected, Joseph. Don't get me wrong. They are connected. I said it earlier that they weren't, but they are. The reason why I believe a lot of men are shutting down isn't isn't necessarily. It's okay. It's a twofold. It's the economy is really hard and it's really competitive, and men, when it comes to getting money and whatnot, most men aren't interested in doing that if it ultimately doesn't lead to them getting a woman,
Yes, that's what I'm
right?
saying. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
So, but women aren't driven by men. Women aren't male centered, right? For the most part, as a group, they're not.
Not
I
as
think that's clear.
not like that. Not like men are. No, not
Now,
like men.
nowhere near to where men are. It's not, you know what I'm saying? There's definitely something there, but like nowhere near. Like men are boy crazy, girl crazy all day long.
Yes,
Women aren't boy crazy.
they are. We are sometimes judged by what type of woman you have.
We always judge by what type of, but men judge other men by that. Women don't.
Yes, yes,
But
we
like,
do. Hmm.
so what I'm saying is that the economy being as hard as it is, right, for men
Hmm.
and women, and then you add to that women actually getting the bag and becoming better people and stuff like that, and being healthier and happier, devoid of men, not needing men.
Do you
The
think they're
men are
happier?
seeing that, and the men who typically would go out and go get the bag are like, well, what's in it for me? Because I'm probably still not going to get the woman I want or a woman at all.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like the economy's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I think women expect a younger man to be at a certain place, which is not, I would say, not realistic for a man to be a younger man to be at a certain place where you would say he's very attractive financially.
But they want them to be at the same place they are, Joseph. It's not like the women are asking. It's not like a 25-year-old woman that makes $40,000 a year is expecting her man at 25 years old to make $80,000 a year. That's not realistic. That's not what they're doing. They're like, I make 40 grand. I want my man to make 40 to 50 grand. I want my man to make 45 grand. You know what I'm saying? Like I expect him to make at least as much money as
I think there's a group that does and doesn't. I think there's a certain group that says, yes, I'll take a $50,000 man or whatever. I'm making 40,000.
A small group of women aren't those women though. That's my point. So I'm not even focused on them.
Okay.
You're right. There is a small group of women who are like, you got to bring a bag to be with me. That is a very, very, very small group of women. The thing that men aren't willing to accept about this whole conversation is women aren't even asking those women, the same women I'm talking about, the 25-year-old women that make 40 grand a year, that want the 40 grand, 45. They're like, I'm cool with the 45, 50 grand, but you gotta be a decent person. You gotta treat me like a human being. And that is proving to be the unicorn man. Not the man who makes $80,000 a year at 25. That's not a unicorn man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's common, but there are way more men who have leveled up financially in this world than there are men who have leveled up emotionally and everything else in that regard.
Yeah, some people are saying 40,000 is not enough, but I'm saying, let's go by. I'm just going by realistic figures. 24, 5-year-old man making $50,000, pretty decent.
Yeah, I think it's decent. I think the women know that that's decent if they're 25 years old. I think they're okay with that. That's what I'm saying. But those women, a lot of women also, they're like, okay, well, if you're not going to treat me like a human being, I'm probably going to be with some misogynistic man. At least can you come with the bag?
Yeah,
and then the men are mad at them too. I'm like, damn, you could find, there's different avenues for us to win as men. Women are giving us different avenues for us to win, but we're not taking any of them. We can't level up financially and we can't level up emotionally and mentally. So what are we leaving them with?
I don't know. I know it's crazy. I feel like it's a crazy conundrum of maybe the men are depressed because they can't get this woman, even if they competed at whatever, college, I went to college or whatever, and then I still can't get this woman because of whatever reason.
Because I'm not not whatever reason though. It's like a real common theme that women are saying all the time, but men are refusing to listen to. We keep saying that it's something else. We keep saying that it's, oh, they just want a man. Oh, see, she just want a man with the bag. What do you bring to the table? She don't want to go 50-50. We keep making up all these other excuses, and the women are literally yelling, and they're going, I just want you to be a better person. I just want you to have some emotional stability. I want you to have done some work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? I just want you to be the best representation of yourself when I meet you. I don't want to meet you POS, and then I got to build you up and crack all these layers and layers and layers of bullshit on top of you. I want you to come already smooth and polished and finished. Like I am, I'm coming like that. Like as a woman, I'm saying, woman's like, I'm coming like that. So can you come like that? And the man are like, no, I got to get to the bag. It's like, all right.
Well, like
go ahead, hybrid. Turn the page. She said, I'm in a labor union. Can I come up? For some reason, my mic isn't working on over here, and I haven't been able to troubleshoot it on YouTube. I don't know what's going on. So I would bring y'all up. If you can come on TikTok, I'll bring you up, but I can't bring you up on YouTube.
I think hybrid is muted or something.
Oh, he gone. He gone.
But like me, I can't cook that good, but I helped with the cooking when my kids was growing up. I helped, pick them up at practice, whatever. I contributed to the household. My course she contributed more as far as of course, household stuff like that, but I could contribute it. So, some young folks got to learn how to do that too. Young men.
Yeah, they gotta learn how to help out in the home, no doubt about it. But that's what I'm saying. Like most men struggle with these things. That's all goes back to my point. Like that, women are the alphas. They don't, man. They do it. They're doing all of that stuff. They're cooking and they're cleaning, and you don't gotta tell her what to do when she gets home from work. She does it. You don't gotta give her a honey-do list. She's doing it. She's the one giving you the honey-do list, and she's going to work. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, what's more alpha than that? What's more sigma? What's more red pill ideology than that?
Do you go
Women
by
are
who
the
makes the
real
most
alphas
money,
minus the
or you
misogyny.
leave that out?
Huh?
You go by who makes the most money, or do you leave that out?
No, I don't care about who makes the most money, because
Okay.
that's irrelevant to me. That who makes the most, as long as you are you both are economically viable. You make 80, she makes 60. I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh, well, you only make 60 grand. She makes 60 grand. She go to work 40 hours a week. Who cares? She's economically viable. She can survive on her own. So you make 80 grand. Okay, cool. Why did you make 80 grand would be my question. Some of it, could it be because you're a man? Could it, you know what I'm saying? Like, now we got to get into it. So no, I would never, like, and that's the thing about society. If society is set up in such a way for men to make more money than women, which it is, and then you make more money than a woman, and then you use that as a way, you wield that in a relationship as a way to be like, I'm the leader or whatever the case may be, you don't find that to be problematic?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
That's so who cares about that? I more care about
But don't you
hours of
think the
labor.
society set it up for like that to be that way?
Men set it up that way. Yeah, 1,000%. Mhm. And men perpetuate it. A small group of men set it up to be that way, and a large group of men perpetuate it. A large group of men keep it intact, but a small group of men started it, definitely. And that's why I hate when men be trying to, especially black men, we try to like, when working class men try to go like, I ain't get it, it ain't me. And I'm like, but we're the ones holding it in place though. We're the mortar between the bricks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely us. Go ahead, the prototype.
Hey, what's up, man?
Good, brother. What's happening with you?
I had a quick question to your prompt. I agree with you for the most part. But my question is this: like in 2024, what should be the man's role under the real alpha women?
Well, I don't think women actually have any interest in being alphas, right? I don't think they cared. I don't most people who are leaders, who are real leaders, they don't want to be leaders. You know what I'm saying? Most leaders don't want to lead because leading is hard. Leading takes a lot of work and takes a lot of energy and effort, and very little reward comes with being like like the real leader, like the real leader in a situation. So I don't think most women are out here like trying to be alphas or whatever. I just find it funny how men love to throw around the alpha sigma crap or whatever while simultaneously not actually being anything like that. And women are like, yeah, I don't even care about that. And they embody that shit. Like they're the ones who actually embody the alpha sigma whole little ideology or whatever. It's so funny to me. Like I'm just sitting back and I'm watching it. Look at the women stepping up and doing all the labor in the home. Look at the women taking care of the kids. Look at the women taking care of the men, taking care of themselves. Look at them getting their education. Look at the women not being anti-intellectuals. Look at the women working on themselves, really leveling up. Look at the single women buying homes. Look at the single women fixing their credit. Look at the single women flirt. Look at them fostering relationships outside of sexual relationships or relationships with a man or whatever. Look at them fostering healthy relationships with their friends and putting effort in the friend group. Like I'm looking at all of this. I'm like, look at that. That's some boss shit. That's the blueprint right there, y'all. Me running around telling me how to be alphas and shit like that. I'm just looking at the women like the blueprint right there. do what your girlfriend doing. You be all right. Do what your wife is doing. You'll be all right. I promise you. You will level up. I guarantee. Do what your wife is doing. You probably gonna level up quicker than you would have if you were doing it your way. So I'm not. Go ahead, brother.
No, I agree with you. I was just trying to like just get a holistic view on it. Like basically just trying to see what are people just basing their life off of now. Like is it more acceptable for women to lead the relationship or is it more acceptable for men to lead it? Like what is your view on it?
I think women been leading a relationship, but like I said, I don't think they want to. I think they're tired of it. That's what I'm saying because real leaders are tired of leading because the shit's tiresome and not rewarding. So I think women would prefer men, and I think that they just want a partner that's going to help them. And this goes not even just in relationships, but just in life. Like women are like doing all the grunt work. They're doing all the, you know what I'm saying? They're the oil in the machine. They're keeping everything going, and they tired of it. And they just like, can y'all help us? Like nobody's asking you to lead me anywhere. No, and I can't stand when men be like, women want a man that lead. Like, I mean, okay, maybe I don't know. I'm sure. Look, let me say it like this. I think if women had a choice, and men, by the way, I think this. I think that if women had a choice, and the choice was between them being the leaders because they are the most competent person in the relationship, or they're the most competent people in society, versus men being the leaders for the same reasons, I think a lot of them would take men being the leaders because they're the most competent and let's keep it pushing. You see what I'm saying? But since we aren't the most competent and we don't look out for everybody and we don't, you know what I'm saying, we don't do the things that need to be done to keep the machine moving, women are like, nah, I don't trust them, and then they step up and do it. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't think it's a man or a woman thing. I just think people in general, who the hell wants to be a leader? Like, when you actually know what leadership is, who wants to be an actual leader? Like, I don't want to be a leader. I really don't. That shit is tiresome. It's a lot of work, man. It really is. But men are more, we want to be the boss. Bosses and leaders are two different things. We want to be the boss. We want to tell people what to do. We want to dictate to people what to do. But we don't want to be the leaders. Leadership meaning leading by example, leadership looking like servitude, right? Men don't want to be, we don't want to be servants, so we want to be leaders because we think, oh, if you're a leader, everybody will serve you. That's our definition of leadership in most of our minds, and I can tell that by the way most men act once they get leadership. That's when. So before you, well, it's because of how most men act. I'm gonna read this super chat real quick from Anthony. Appreciate the super chat, y'all. Anthony said, I work 2 full-time jobs until I start college. I told a male sibling of mine, I'll help you out, but I won't set myself on fire to keep you warm. I like that. That's a bar right there. I'll help you out, but I won't set myself on fire to keep you warm. Go ahead, the prototype.
I appreciate you for letting me come up, man. That basically just what I wanted, like, just to get your view on that. When you said women are the alphas, so you saying that you don't think that they'll with them leading like financial situations right now and getting more structure and like in the nursing field and stuff like that. Do you feel like it's best for them to do it because they're suited for that?
They're suited for what?
Like for the lead the relationship in more ways than men can now.
Do I think that they are suited for that, or you're saying that they're more suited for that?
Yeah. It was a statement. Yeah, I was saying, just saying.
Okay. So you think I agree. I think women are more suited for leadership roles. Hold on, I'm gonna mute you up. You got a lot of background noise. You got an echo actually. Yeah, I do think that women are more set up. Women are better set up to be leaders. I agree with that. Right? Because they are not naturally, because I don't think leaders are born. I think leaders are made, and I think women are conditioned to be leaders because they're conditioned to do the things that men don't want to do. And those things are typically everything that keeps everything moving. You know what I'm saying? Men do the jobs where we say we conveniently make those jobs the hard, quote unquote, the hardest job. So they got to make the most, they got to get paid the most, and we take all the glory. But the jobs the things that actually keep the world moving and keep everything going, typically are the jobs that women are doing, like clerical work. You know what I'm saying? And things of that. And, there's a bunch of things. Nursing, like you said. Stuff.
To argue with the guy.
Yeah. Then also I wanted to say, like, we get men in my generations. I'm 29. We getting a lot of pushback because, like, coming up, we had a lot of stuff that we had to, not even unpack. We had to go through. You know what I'm saying? And now that we are aware of what's really going on, our counterparts are not really like, you know what I'm saying? They holding us hostage to a situation that we didn't create. You know what I'm saying? So
be specific.
Like I said, like 18, 19, you know what I'm saying, jumping out the porch, we had to like see the world for ourselves first person. You know what I'm saying? First person point of view. Now that we like up in age, we actually seeing like, damn, we waste a whole lot of time doing nothing. And now we trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, justify our fuck ups. My bad if I can't say that.
No, you good.
But you know,
But what does that got to do with women though?
I'm saying like I believe in unification, you know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
we getting a lot of pushback for trying to unify now, you know what I'm saying? Even though like
You think
I
men are
don't
trying
know
to unify with women now? I don't believe that at all.
say it again.
I don't think men are interested with unifying with women at all. I think men are
Um
interested in the same thing that we historically been interested in, which is stealing the labor from women, having access to their bodies, and we're trying to. It's a Trojan horse, and women aren't falling for it.
yeah, with that being true, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't classify them as men, I'll say boys, you know what I'm
Nope,
saying?
they're men, and it's most men. They're not boys. My son ain't like that. My son is nice and sweet and listens. He won't
Okay,
lie.
I get that. I get that. So I'm saying like with men that actually got a feel for women, you know what I'm saying? Or if we put ourselves in a certain position to try to unify the people, like the guy that was in his position right now, in his spot, he said that I forgot how he put it. Damn, I forgot.
It's okay. Take your time.
Um, Damn, he said something that was fire though. Like I kind of agreed with him,
Mhm.
but you know what I'm saying. Basically, I'm just trying to say like
Oh, you went somewhere. Hey, y'all, been to Cash App one time.